All right. So since we're all here now, I think now we can start getting into the questions. Yeah. All right. Cool. Um, first and foremost,
Yeah.
um, thank you guys for coming on here and giving me your guys' time for the interview. I really appreciate it. And you guys have really inspired me to become a guitarist and kind of get to myself vocally as well. Um, so I had some questions about the band and you guys personally as well, and kind of the first one out of the gate for you being the guitarist. Are you the rhythmist or are you the lead guitarist?
Yeah, so I'm the rhythm guitar player in this band.
Okay, got
Let
you.
me put
Okay,
myself. I am the rhythm guitar player. Yeah.
okay,
I don't know if
got
there's
you.
any like delay or whatnot, but yeah, I play rhythm mainly.
Okay. Um, I seen so when I was seeing a lot in the music videos, what kind of the reason why I was asking is what kind of led me into the first question was is when you were starting to play with the Fallen Prodigy, you being a rhythm guitarist, did you find it hard to get into that rhythm of how she wanted you to play, or how did you kind of see yourself fitting into that band?
Oh, that's a great question because me and the other guitar player knew each other prior. His name is Andrew,
Mm-hmm.
and we kind of just we played together in another local group. It didn't really work out, but me and him had like musical chemistry, so
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to play with him again. So I had to like beg him to convince him to play with me again. And then me and him recorded a few demos, and we found Janine on a site back in the day. It was kind of like a Craigslist for musicians. It was called Who's Doing Music,
Oh, okay, yeah.
and we just basically were like recorded a few demos, and we're trying to find a singer that can sing and scream over these tracks. And a few people sent us some messages here and there. It took a couple of months, and Janine's was by far the best. So we could I was communicating with her back and forth, and we set up a practice, and the rest is history.
Yeah,
This
that
was like late 2013 into early 2014.
got you. Did you find that when she started getting on the tracks, did you ever find yourself getting to that point where it's like it's getting too technical, or did you always feel like you're always up to pace with how the other guitarists were playing?
Oh, that's a good question. So, um, I play good, but honestly, Andrew is a much more technical and tighter player than I am. So
Hmm.
I had to kind of get myself up to his level of speed many times. And there's been many things I've had to learn, like harmonies and all this other stuff. To I'm like, write whatever a ridiculous thing that you have in mind and outlearn it somehow, some way. And I sit there and practice for hours. So I've had to kind of get good.
Yeah, I got you. That's super funny. Um, Now, question for you now for the vocalist, because I want to focus on two. I want to kind of bounce back and forth between both of you, kind of make it fair.
Sure.
Um, so for you, um, when did you find out that you were able to do vocals and you were able to do screams? Like, when did you find out that you were able to like you felt confident into joining a band?
That's that's um that's great. It's a great question. Hold on, I'm adjusting my camera here just for Twitch
Yeah, no,
because I know you're recording for the VOD, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
All
yeah.
right. I'm watching your thing.
Yeah.
Trying to make it so when you finish, you're not like fuck.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good.
All right. Hold on. All right. So yeah, that's actually funny that you asked that because I had no intention of being a vocalist.
Oh wow.
I,
Okay.
I was joining, I was in bands as like the guitarists and drummers. Like, I had no intention of being a vocalist. And then it was one of the bands that I was in. They were like, oh, we want to have someone do backup vocals, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll do it. I'll try. And then I kind of went into this mode of like learning how to scream so I could just do like backup stuff. And then I just started ripping stuff at these band practices, and they were like, wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah.
um, so yeah, that's I didn't know that I wanted to be, but then the more I got involved in like learning how to do it, and like I just fell in love with it. I always liked singing, but it was never like a goal of mine to like do screaming or anything like that.
Yeah.
But once I got into it, I was like, oh, this is actually like, I really like this. And then the rest from there, I just started wanting to learn all of it. And then I found myself through this like journey of like trying to find a band. Um, I found myself here, and that was it.
So, sorry, excuse me. I'm gonna kind of throw you a hardball question, all right? Because I have to ask: did you feel any pressure or feel any type of? Did you feel any nerves or anything like that when you were performing with Will Ramos?
um, no,
No.
honestly, no. I think I was, when I do these things, it's from a very like professional standpoint,
Mm.
and it's like, if we're both in the same room, like we're there to do a thing, and we step up and we do what we have to do. I was actually more excited than anything because I love meeting, fellow musicians who are passionate about, or just as passionate as I am about music and making music. So it was more excitement than anything. I definitely had a great time. Like I said, he's a really funny and chill and laid back guy, and we all had a great time. Like we were there to do what we had to do, but we were having a good time. We were laughing and just it was really such just a good vibe. Like there was really no room to be nervous, honestly, at all. So
That's awesome to hear. I love
yeah.
hearing that, especially I maybe it's just me cuz like I've always like looked up to him and like the other vocalists and especially like you guys, when I first heard you guys so long ago, I never thought that I would be in the position interviewing you guys. So it's super funny that um so kind of little funny backstory is that the whole reason how I found you guys was because the promotion that Will Ramos put out when he was being featured on the repeat song. So I was like, oh, okay, I gotta check it out. And this is when I was still playing on my PlayStation 4. And I started, yeah, this was back in the day. And like, it was so crazy because after listening to that, I was a fan 100%. Like, I started digging with you guys ever since you guys did stuff with Will Ramos. And like, um, I started catching up with your guys' new stuff. Like Wildfire, banger. Oof, fucking god damn, love that shit. I just listened to it again. Oh my, oof, so good.
I,
um, yeah. When you brought up, your inspiration of meeting, meeting other musicians and stuff like that. That's what my inspiration of starting kind of the thing that I'm doing now. Interviewing people and getting to know them more personally is I like to kind of change it up to where I've seen a lot of interviews and a lot of it's just mundane, a lot of just simple based questions that are kind of like, you know, professional, kind of boring and, not really intriguing. So I like to make it as fun and like we're just hanging out just to hang out and, I'm just a fan,
sure. No, that sounds good. I respect that you're trying to bring your own kind of flavor into what you're doing. I think that's good.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that. And having you guys come on, I know with you guys are probably super busy, but you know, just having you guys come on and answering these questions means a lot to me. You know, it really does. You know, there's thousands of people who would probably be dying to interview you, and I really appreciate you guys picking me. And it means a lot to me, and it makes me more inspired to continue what I'm doing. And I just wanted to say thank you. I just really appreciate that.
Yeah, and I mean, thank you for having us. We've been doing this a long time. There's been a lot of growth since from when we started to now.
Mm.
Um, it doesn't matter whether you started yesterday or 10 years ago. Like, if you're passionate about something, you put your heart into it, you make it happen. It's good on you for, putting this together. And, I know you respect us a lot, but the respect is mutual, because, and we want to offer that same kind of respect. And if our presence is part of that and being here, then totally for that. So thank you
Yeah.
for having.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I wasn't kidding when I said that I've known you guys for 6 years. I've followed you guys for a very long time, and having you guys come on and having a bit more personal connection with you guys is a lot for me because, you know, funnily enough, is like you guys were the whole kind of like getting me into the heavier stuff. So if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be listening to half the
Oh,
stuff
that's
I
dope.
listen to. Yeah.
That's amazing, actually, because I feel like I remember my first venture into like heavier music, and it changed everything. So, you know, it's
And that
kind
was
of
you
wild.
guys.
It's kind of wild to hear that, but thank you. I mean, that makes day for sure.
That's good. Well, I
That's
mean,
cool that we're like your gateway band
yeah. Yeah.
into metal.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. When I first like it's so funny when I first heard you guys, um it's funny that you say that. You guys were definitely the gateway because when I first heard you guys, I was just barely liking the heavy stuff. Like I was kind of at the point where I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm sort of like in the heavy stuff." And then yeah, no, as soon as I heard repeat by you guys, my whole mindset changed. I was like, "Holy fuck, this is what metal is?" Damn. Here I am today. You know, it's amazing.
I mean, yeah, I mean, but that's respectable, yeah, because you you found passion in it, and now you're going with it. So we
It's all
respect that.
yeah, it's
Great.
all thanks to you guys. Like generally, like if it wasn't for you guys and the other bands that I've listened to, like I would not be this inspired or this outgoing to interview people because I don't know. I kind of had this weird mindset that maybe people didn't care, but I'm at kind of at the point where I don't care what other people think. I like interviewing the people that I like to bring on because it's the people that I like, if that makes sense.
Yeah, of course.
Um,
It's
yeah.
No, that totally makes sense. And again, like, we're thank you for having us as part of that journey. It's it's amazing. I think you're on this great journey. You're fueling your passions, and as we have been doing that together for the better part of a decade. So it's like
Yeah.
we get it's really nice to see. So thank you for having us. Honestly, really.
Yeah, of course. Kind of one of the questions that I did want to ask is that with a lot of the music videos, you guys bring a lot of energy, and that's what really makes me dig your guys' music the most is the energy that you guys bring in. And um, is that the same energy that you bring when you perform this live?
Yes,
We try to.
yes, we tried.
My back hurts though. I'm kind of old.
If we want to be honest here, like I feel like off camera we're like one of the most awkward group of people.
Mhm.
Like we're really like kind
Oh yeah, Jesus.
of, it's like, and we're all kind of the same. Where it's like we just, we're just really shy and quiet. So when it comes to having to perform, and I say this all the time, it's just like I guess like we just lock the fuck in. Like
Hell
we got,
yeah.
and live it's there's a lot more energy, like obviously the crowd, like everyone's kind of like we're all just feeding off each other's energy, so that I feel like that's different. It's a lot easier. We're kind of like connecting with people, and that's one of our arts about playing live is just making these connections. So it's definitely easier live. uh we work a little harder, I feel, behind the camera because we're like but it's always fun anyway. But I'm glad you enjoyed all the videos. But yeah, we definitely want to always put out something that's good energetically.
Yeah. Especially like Wildfire. Like I'm gonna bring that up because I think I've listened to a lot of the singles and the album because I like to keep up with the music that the you guys come out with and the bands that I interview. So then I can have more questions. And with Wildfire, um, the just the energy and the breakdown was obviously the most disgusting part of that whole song. But um, one of my most favorite songs by you guys as of right now. Hang on, let me pull it up real quick on my Spotify and get it. Yeah, is I'm stuck between two because one is Regret. Regret's really good, and Extinct, like absolute disgusting songs. Like holy fuck. Like I kind of want to know a bit about the backstory on those songs and like what was the inspiration and like what led to the creation of those songs.
Oh, I got you. Because a lot of these songs we all wrote together in my bedroom right behind me. Like
Oh, okay.
on God, we had all of us like it was me, Janine, and Andrew. With Regret, we kind of at that point we put out the Passengers EP. It was out for like a year. It's like 2015, and then we kind of just wanted to we did that style of like the old school metalcore, like Bullet for My Valentine, Trivium, and then we kind of wanted to do something a little bit more modern and come out the gates swinging.
Yeah.
So we wanted to do something that was kind of in the realm of like Born of Osiris and I don't know what another band was from that era. It was like Born of Osiris after the burial and like Unearth, something in the realm of that. And we're like, well, what can we really do? And then it just kind of happened that we wrote this ridiculous like 6 minute long gent song, and it kind of all just came together, and it was like a weird call and response thing, and with the lead happening everywhere, like that song was kind of like the sort of like our beginning into really discovering like who we kind of are as musicians, because we all come from different backgrounds and we like so much music, everything from pop music to death metal and in between. So we kind of wanted to put together a representation of who we were at that moment in time and do something different. Like if you notice across all of our records, every song's a little different from each one. Like our main style is like the old school metalcore, but we kind of throw our own twist into it. So that was kind of Regret was like our first attempt at doing like a gent song, more or less.
You attempted
And
and
I'll let
succeeded.
Janine take it over for.
I
And
like
what's interesting is, I'll let Janine take it over because Wildfire is like Regret 2.0, sort of in a weird kind of way. It's like what we wanted to do back then, but better. But I'll let Janine take it over for Extinct.
yeah, I feel what I feel regret was is like you ever seen that like clip of Kylo Ren just going more
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, yeah.
we were doing writing Regret. Uh, so that, I feel like it came out the way we envisioned it. We're still happy with it. I love that song. But I think you said the other song was Extinct, right?
Mm-hmm.
Extinct was, I think Extinct was kind of like new for all of us in a sense that it was, it had a more of like a, I don't want to say like, it was more like a groovy kind of song, like, and like it has the riffs for sure, but that chorus was like, it's very like bouncy and like
Yes.
way, and it's like we had written, you know, coming off of the Passengers EP, again, like this is my first round about as being like a vocalist and writing like this in general. Um, so it was challenging. That song was challenging for me to kind of write in the first place. Um, but it was the same kind of concept where like I think primarily Dan and Andrew were the ones that kind of like put it together, and then they were like, hey, check this out, and I was like, no, this is dope, but like, what the fuck am I gonna write to this?
Yeah.
So it was nice. It was a good learning experience for me. And then literally like we were playing that song live, and I had like no lyrics for it. Like this was like because we wanted to just play it live, like because we really liked the song. So like I had all the screams were kind of locked in, but I had no idea how like what to do for that chorus. And literally like every time we performed the song, there was a piece of the song that I kept because I would be like, I like that, and then the next show I would be like, yeah, I like that too. And that's literally how I wrote that chorus, because I was like, yeah, 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 yeah. And then by the end of it, like that's how it came to be, you know, that kind of like groovy, kind of like poppy style chorus that it is. But it was definitely that was a learning experience for me, and I think it helped me kind of develop this part of writing choruses that I didn't have before. Um, because the reality of it is that starting in this band as a vocalist was me starting from zero. Like I had never written a song before. I had never done any of this. So all these songs are like blank slates, you know, and then over time is how we kind of got better. But we always had that chemistry, and we always kind of like fed off each other's energy. So we were able to put together things that just made sense.
Yeah. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You started doing your vocals on Instagram, and you were doing covers, correct? Before you were in the Fallen Prodigy.
I believe so. I started experimenting, trying to learn how to scream, and then once I kind of got the gist of it, I started posting covers. Yeah, I think at one point they started overlapping. You know, but yeah, I think so. I would say
That's how I ran into you the first time, was when you did your cover of Green Day. That rings any bells?
good lord.
Green Day.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That.
Long time ago. Long time ago. It was like, this was just,
You gotta share that one. I never seen that.
this was, I don't know if I can find it. This was like years ago. This was like,
Holy.
this was like, oof, man, I'm trying to remember. This was like back before you were even in the band, and like you were kind of just doing covers. And I just remember seeing you doing a cover, and I liked it. And we started talking in comments, and I was commenting and telling you that your vocals were really good. I don't know if that rings any bells.
Great heavens. I don't even remember doing a Green Day cover. It must have been time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. It was a long time ago.
To be fair, I don't remember what I ate 2 days ago, so
That's fair.
a bit of a
Um,
problem in that sense. But no, I thank you for. Sorry, I'm just gonna plug my phone in here.
yeah, no, good.
Thank you for remembering that. I'm just like, but I did do a lot of covers because I was trying to, you know, it was just me like on a journey trying to find myself vocally. Um, because there was a lot of exploration to be done at that point, you know. Like sure I learned the technique and whatnot, but for me it's like, okay, what sound do I want? Like what am I going for here? Because I'm very particular about that, in a sense that like I want things to make sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, and like I said, I'm still growing and learning things as a vocalist. So like, you know, there's in vocal techniques that I'm just learning and starting to practice now because I want to use them because I feel like they'll fit a sound that I'm going for. So I don't know. It's been a journey, but yeah, I definitely, I definitely did covers back in the day and put them on Instagram.
Yeah.
I went back to one. It was like I swear it was like from 2015, and Courtney from Spirit Box had liked it then, and I was like,
I know exactly which one
what?
you're talking. Yeah, I know exactly which one you're talking about. I know exactly which one you're talking about. Yeah.
I was like, wait, come back. um, that was like going back and seeing that. I was like, but it's also like, you know, refreshing for me as well as a vocalist because, you know, for me that means the work and practice that I was doing back then was paying off for me. Like it was, you know, the work that I was putting in was making sense, and I think, you know, that was it's a big part of the journey to like see these things. So if
Yeah.
that makes
Yeah, yeah, of course it does. I definitely, from when I first ran into you on Instagram and seeing you do the covers up until where you are now, like it's exponential. I mean, I knew that you were gonna be somewhere in the future when I first heard your cover, like your first couple of covers, and I was like, she's finna blow up, and I here we are. I'm just glad that it got recognized because like you are very like I mean this. You're very talented vocally in ways that I would not expect a female vocalist to be talented in.
I appreciate that. I'm very happy like that. I feel like there's a lot more women kind of coming up in the metal scene,
Oh yeah, of
and
course.
I'm so excited like to see, you know, so many, um, because there's so many of them that just fucking rip, you know.
Which, by the
uh,
way, funny enough, you're my first female vocalist that I've interviewed. So, hell yeah.
That's what's up.
That's a thing off of my bucket list.
yeah, there's so many that even like I'm getting more into um, like I've seen now a little more local bands, and like I'm like, this is dope. Like um one of my first like pushes to do vocals, I was inspired by Lauren Babick.
Mm.
Like that was kind of like, because I, you know, there was a moment where I was kind of unsure about like, oh, am I gonna like fit like, you know, but then seeing her covers and then seeing her scream, I was like, all right. And that's why having her as a feature was, it was more than just having her as a feature for me. Like it was bigger than that.
Oh,
It was like
you guys both ate on that, by the way. Amazing song. Amazing song, by the way.
um that was like a huge thing for me in that sense, because it was like, obviously she's a phenomenal vocalist and
Mm.
I knew she'd kill it, but it was more of like a piece of kind of like my lore, like you know, come to life, and it was
It was like
crazy
a
that,
core memory. You know, it's a core memory for you.
yeah, like you know, an inspiration that, and you know, someone that inspired me is now on a track with me. It's like it was a whole like mind-blowing experience, and she was also great to work with. So
That's
uh,
that's so sick to hear about, and that's amazing because it's kind of like the same way with me. Is like I was inspired by you guys to get into the heavier stuff, and excuse me, and kind of not really become a vocalist, but more of a guitarist. And funny enough, after seeing Repeat and then seeing a couple of the other songs before the album released, you being the rhythm guitarist, that's what kind of inspired me to become a rhythmist. In the beginning was I wanted to play fast. I wanted to play like you, bro. I wanted to play fast. So I kind of threw myself
Oh
out.
man.
Yeah, so yeah, I kind of threw myself out of the gates, and I played Infinite Annihilator, Three Bastards, on rhythm. Holy fuck! Don't ever do that.
Oh damn.
But as a rhythm
Oh, for
guitarist,
me,
yeah. Sorry, go on.
oh man. It was like for me, the song that like started this whole musical journey was like "Waking the Deep" from Bullet for My Valentine, and
Oh,
like those
okay.
dudes are like on demon time. No pun intended, because
Yeah.
like I was learning that riff, and they downpick everything like James Hetfield on that, and I literally got carpal tunnel playing that song. I had to stop, like, and I was like, okay, I like this music, but I'm gonna need to like play something that's a little bit easier.
Yeah, yeah.
So I understand your journey of becoming like a tight rhythm player and wanting to play all this ridiculous fast stuff.
Yeah.
It's challenging to kind of learn the techniques and to get the stamina in place for it.
Yeah.
Like I still struggle to this day. Like some of the stuff we did on our Relive, Regret, Repeat. Let's see, I was 24 at that time. Some of this stuff I struggle to play now. I'm like, oh my god, why did I write it that complicated? Could have simplified it. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my god, I'm sitting there like struggling to play it. Those one show we played, like sometimes when you play local shows, they give you like a drink card or whatever it is. So they gave me like a free drink card, and I'm like, all right, we have like 2 hours until we go on. I'm gonna have a shot of like a vodka or like a Jack and Coke. This woman gave me like a drink that was like 95% Jack, 5% Coke, and I was like this. I was like, oh my god, I have to play in like 20 minutes, and I'm like in a coma over here. So it's sort of been a struggle to try to write music that's a little bit more easy to play over time, where I don't have to struggle as much because I still struggle to this day to play some of that stuff and to have like a good warm up technique and all these other things that it's still challenging, even
Yeah.
though I've been playing for since I'm 13. I'm 31, so 18 something years. So you'll get there, trust me. It's just a very long journey.
Yeah.
Stamina is
Yeah, of
like
course.
the biggest thing.
Yeah, yeah, of course. My question for you, being the rhythmist, is what was the most challenging song for you to learn, and like how did you overcome that?
Oh, yeah. Are you asking in terms of Fallen Prodigy or just overall?
Fallen Prodigy.
Oh man, we have a lot of now we have with this new album 11, that's 22. We have like 27 songs or something like that.
Uh-huh.
So probably the most challenging, well, two of the most hardest songs that we play. Well, one of them we never played live, but which is a song called Endure, and I have to endure myself to play that one. No pun intended. And then the other one that I really struggle to play sometimes is the song called 86th. That one is really hard to play because it's in like 195 BPM, and it's a couple of the riffs on that one are brutal.
Mhm.
Like if I don't stretch beforehand, I am so cooked.
Yeah, no, I got you on that. Yeah, there was a couple of songs, if I don't warm up, yeah, I get cooked on too. So I definitely get that. um so on to my question for the vocalist now is um kind of same question, but I'm gonna ask it a bit differently. Is when you kind of started taking this project and started taking it more serious, what did you find the most challenging aspect for you to grow around being the vocalist of this band?
Um, I think honestly, that's a that is a hard question. I think probably writing in general was difficult. Um, because like I said, I had never written a song prior to this project, to this band, so it was literally starting from zero. Um, I think my audition for the band was probably my first song that I actually in ever, and that audition turned into actual self regard on the EP. So I
Which is
guess I did
dope.
bad of a job, but that was definitely you know one of the hardest parts because it was a challenge to kind of like because I've always written like poetry and stuff, but then to fit it so that it makes sense, like melodically, percussively, like my mind was definitely going with that. It was definitely fun, but that was definitely it was a real big challenge at first. It's easier now because I've been doing it for so long, but that first EP was kind of difficult. Um, for Relive Regret Repeat, I literally made it a point like before I said it to myself. I was like, I want to try other things. I want to try to be more melodic. I want to try to do different things and really bring stuff to life. And then, like Dan said, it's also a challenge to write things that won't cook you by the time, because like you want to put your all into like these writing great songs, but then like you know you want to also make sure at least I mean I feel like for me as well as a vocalist because like I'm using shit like inside of my body. It's I'm more mindful now of like having to perform the songs over and over and over and over again. um my warm ups and things like that have changed drastically over time. They're a lot more structured, a lot more serious. And but now even when I'm tracking new songs and writing, I'm more mindful about like having to kind of do these repetitive things. Um, so those two things, balancing those two things, I think was the most challenging because I think the one of the hardest songs I wrote for myself that I was like, what the fuck, um, was Hey, because those cleans are like so high, and I was like, hell, and it's like I can do them, but it's like I didn't have to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much the journey of that.
That's amazing. To hear such an amazing kind of backstory and how much you kind of when you first started, you kind of had the mindset of this is not going to take me anywhere. To now here you are, performing live on stage, vocally, showing your talent. Um, how do you see yourself taking that reciprocation and like meeting people who look up to you?
I think I think all of it still shocks me,
Mm.
because I still see myself as just a regular person, So when people kind of open up to me in that way and like are vulnerable in that way, it still shocks me because I'm like, you know, I'm just a chill guy, but I'm always grateful for it because it kind of reminds me, you know, that what I'm doing is good,
Mhm.
because my main my main drive for this is to hopefully create a space for people through music, a safe space for people through music, the same way that it created a safe space for myself.
Mm,
So when people approach me with that, I feel like I'm accomplishing that. I'm accomplishing my main goal of creating a safe space through
right.
music.
Yeah.
While I'm shocked by it, it's very fulfilling and it's very reassuring um, when that happens.
Mm. Um. So kind of for like both of you guys, um, how do you guys kind of take the the fan interaction and how do you guys make it more personal to people that are coming out to see you live, or they just run into you guys?
I I honestly like I think we're always around. Like we're never not around. We're never like in the back. We're like always just around, and we're always talking to people, it it's just I think that always has been our way of that, making that connection with people. Like we come out to a show, you're going to find us everywhere.
Mm.
It's like you're going to run into one of us or all of us because always around talking to people, And like I said, I think it's because like we don't see ourselves as we just regular people. So it's like even if you're coming to see us, right?
Mm.
We're so grateful for that. But also like we can chat. Like we're chilling. Like come up to me all the time, like just to shoot the shit or like I'll sit there for 30-40 minutes like giving vocal lessons or whatever. Like I don't like I'm just there, we're all there to connect and enjoy the moment and I think that's enough.
Yeah, of
So,
course. And that's really inspiring to hear, because people like you guys, what you guys do is not only reinforming people to come back to see you guys, but they also feel like they are like they matter to someone, you know. And the reason why I bring that up is because I went to my first concert not too long ago, and the band that I interviewed brought me out there, and like they were always checking up on me, and I felt very like I was accepted as a family. And people who do stuff like that, like what you guys do, just keep on doing that. Like that's so inspiring, you know?
yeah, for sure. I mean, it's you have to kind of like we're all the same. It's like, we go to shows too. We have these interactions ourselves, and it's some like we get it, you know. And honestly, like I said, when we show up to play or we're doing these things, it's like we're just there as people, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
Like we don't come in with any other mindset. We're like, hey, great, we're all here, cool, let's go. Let's go. Uh, do what we got to do, and then we'll just linger around. Like that's it. Like
yeah,
once we get all the band stuff out the way, we're literally just chilling, hanging around, and I, I, I don't mind that. Like, cause I like making these connections. I think it's important um, for both sides.
mm. Yeah. Of course. So my kind of next question is that if just with everything that is coming out, and you guys have already almost it, which is so crazy, in 3 days, almost 10K views, insane, on the Wildfire. Um, with that recent claim of success, and that getting that traction, what is your kind of next steps on continuing that traction, and like what are you guys gonna do to pull more people in?
I think. Well, I think the next step is dropping the rest of the album. I think
Okay.
exciting. So, the rest of it's gonna be everybody's in like very soon. So,
Ooh.
um,
Okay. Got
I
me
think
Yeah,
it's gonna.
18 more days.
18 more
Oh,
days. Okay.
yeah. So, um, that's definitely gonna be something big
For
for
sure.
for us. Um, there's a lot of other tracks on there that we're very excited for y'all to hear.
Mm.
Um, I think it'll be like kind of the normal stuff where it's like we just want to share it with y'all. Honestly, we might you'll likely catch us playing the show here and there, of course, because we want to play these songs live for you guys as well.
Mm.
But we're just excited to drop the album and finally share it. It was a long ride. We're very on top of like you know making sure that we were bringing everybody's kind of ideas to life in the album, as we usually do.
Mm.
Um, so we're super excited to just share it and be in the moment with you guys.
Yeah, of course. And I definitely get that when especially in this moment now where we're having kind of like this discussion. Most bands don't really kind of go out their way to speak to fans that like their music because, they're just too busy or whatever, which I understand. But um uh oh shit, I had a question in my head and it kind of just flew out of my head. Oh god. Oh, there it is. Ah, yes. Um you know, previously, while you were not in the band, you were doing the covers and such. Is there any future possibility of you maybe doing another cover with the band that you're in now?
I think, I mean, it's never not a possibility. I think we're very like focused on original stuff always.
Mm.
Um, Andrew and Dan are like constantly coming up with new stuff. Like even when the album was done, like I feel like 10 days later Andrew was like, "Hey, I wrote this." So it's kind of like it's kind of
Yeah.
a cycle that we go through, and it's just like, and then we get so involved with what's being made that we don't really focus on covers. But it's never not on the table. I think we've attempted to do maybe one or two. Um, but then we just got so wrapped up in our originals, like,
That's fair.
because it's hard to like focus on it when, I guess I'll put it this way, where it's like, yeah, I want to do this cover of this song, and we're like, cool, that's good, and then Andrew comes in and he's like giving you the bones for a repeat, right? And you're like, oh, I want to work on this instead.
Yeah, that's fair. The only reason why I bring it up is just I think as a fan of you guys, I would love to see you guys do a zombies cover. Like that like holy shit, yes. Especially with your vocals. Fuck, dude. Oh my god. Oh, yes. Yes.
That'd be cool. 115 would be kind of sick.
Yeah. Or I mean, Lullaby for a Dead Man, you know.
That's a banger too.
Yeah, absolute banger. Abracadabra, fucking Beauty of Annihilation. Like there's songs out there that a lot like one thing I've always asked metalheads is one question. What would you guys want to hear more? Is normal metal or zombies metal music? And a lot of it's crazy. So many people love hearing zombie metal music. Like just metal that just fits the vibe of zombies or just something that fits with like the shooters, you know? Cuz like a lot of gamers listen to heavy metal and a lot of bands kind of don't capitalize that in my opinion. Like I haven't really seen a metal band or any heavy metal band take a full album of like zombies for example and make it their own cover, do it their own way. I've never seen anything like it. So I would love to see a band, whether it's you guys or whoever, just take a full album of zombies and just make it a thing. Because I'm telling you, people would love it.
Write that
Yeah,
down.
no, I think yeah, I think it's just like a lot of, for covers and stuff. I feel like it's so spontaneous because I myself have just dropped a couple of cover songs myself,
Mm.
so I think but it was just so spontaneous that like I just heard it and I was like, yeah.
I'm gonna do a
um,
cover.
I think that's the way it would kind of pop up for us too.
Mm.
Um, I think maybe since we have like just since we have dropped the album, I think it could be a thing if we, as long as kind of like our personal lives allow for it.
Mm.
Um, like I said, it's definitely not like never off the table. I think we love music that we would definitely like, you know, do.
Yeah.
But um, so maybe in the future, I think once like all kind of when the album drops and like we're kind of like
Chilling out.
yeah.
Yeah, because I can probably safely assume after doing all that, you guys would be fucking tired.
We're definitely there's definitely a lot of like because we all work full time and things like that, so um when we're writing and tracking and stuff, we really pull a lot of time out to go do this stuff. So which again doesn't bother us because we love to do it. Like we always make time and do it. But once we kind of like put everything together, we do take like a period of time where like we focus on the releases, and it's like during that time where we're kind of like chilling.
Yeah, of course. I think for my last question, because I don't want to keep you guys forever, obviously. I know that you guys have other things to do. Um,
You're good.
for my last question is, do you guys have any questions for me? I like to kind of ask the bands that I interview if you guys have any questions for me.
Oh, I got one, I think. So, as you've been a fan for quite a long time, so there's been a very long like time skip gap, like I think about almost 7 years since we put out Relive, Regret, Repeat. So, what is it that you wanted to hear the most as a listener of the band for such a long time, coming into like a new record?
Ooh, amazing question. Um, Honestly, like hearing Wildfire, I want more of that, and just like you the you being the vocalist and you guys being the band, just being fundamentally there. Like when you guys did that album, you guys were just so there. Like you guys were just fucking it, slap after slap. All songs were just bangers on top of bangers. There was no miss. Like that's all I really expect is just no misses. You know, that's all I expect from a fan. Is a fan is just no misses.
Well, that's
I
reassuring.
I think we're coming with no misses on this next one. Fragments as a whole, unlike Relive, Regret, Repeat, and Passengers, where we kind of did everything and it was kind of all over the place. Um, this album, we took a long time to make sure that every single song would have the ability to be played like in a live setting and would have a lot of dynamics and energy. And the main thing we really focused on was sort of like consistency. So
Mm-hmm.
we wanted to have all the songs on this album sound like they actually belong together on the same record. Versus our last record, we kind of did everything from progressive prog metal to gent to thrash metal to old school metalcore to to melodic death metal, deathcore. We did a little bit of everything on the last record, and all the songs are really cool, but they don't sound like they belong on the same album. And
Yeah.
that's the thing on at the listening. It's been 7 years now on my end. That's my biggest gripe with our last record is the songs are dope individually, but they don't sound like they belong together.
Yeah, agreed. I do agree on that. Um,
Gotcha.
what about you? Do you have any questions out of curiosity?
I I think my only question would be kind of like where do you see yourself 5 years from now with
Hope
this?
hopefully being able to interview Will Ramos, get to tell him how much he's inspired me, and uh, also hopefully like there's a lot of people that I have in my like I know that I'll never be able to interview category, but you know, it's like orbit culture, for example. Um, orbit culture was the reason of everything. Like with you guys. When I got introduced to you guys, that's when I found orbit culture, and like finding orbit culture got me into like the bands that I listen to now, and it's like where I want to see myself in 5 years is just being able to have the connections that I have, like with you guys, keep that connection, keep all the connections that I've had with the other bands that I've interviewed, and who I am gonna have interviewed, and I want to make sure that every person that I do interview has a good time, it's a good vibe, and there's no stress, there's no pressure. It's all just you could say whatever and have fun. We're all just here to hang out, get to know one another, and have that personal connection. And hopefully, people who see that on YouTube or wherever this gets shared, or if it does get shared around, you know, I'm just very passionate. So hopefully, in the next 5 years, hopefully, it'll be reconnecting with you guys and reconnecting with a bunch of bands and just doing a hey, let's get together and like do a catch up and see what's been going on with everybody.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, like I said, like I feel like you know it was definitely nice being here. Um, I think you have definitely a lot of potential to be doing this on a larger scale. So if that's
That means a lot. Thank you.
I had a great time being here. I'm sure Dan did as well. You're very good with your questions. You're very good with the flow of everything. You do make it feel more personal. So I think you know you're doing a great job.
Thank you. That means a lot. I was very nervous coming on here and having you guys on because I've been a very big fan of you guys, and I do very much look up to you guys. So being able to have you guys on for an hour and interview you guys and have personal questions and get to know more personally on your backstories and get to know my personal favorite songs and hear the backstories on them. It's very surreal for me, and you know, I was telling my boyfriend and I was telling all my friends of how excited I was to meet you guys. I was nonstop talking about it because you guys have just been very inspiring for me, and I just really wanted to make that just make that very clear to you guys that you guys have really inspired somebody 7 years ago, and they were very excited to meet you today. So
Well, if it makes you feel better, I think we were a little nervous coming on too. It's kind of been a little bit since we kind of like did something kind of personal and kind of like in front of the camera like this. So
that's fair.
uh, it's but it was nice. It was a nice experience, and we appreciate you also taking the time out, starting 7 years ago, to check out our stuff, and still remembering us 7 years later.
Of
It means
course.
we're happy that. the timing worked out where, where we kind of dropped new music in this kind of
It
era where you're
yeah, it did work. Yeah, that is very funny. Yeah, that's what pulled me into wanting to message you guys. I was like, you know what? I've known these people. Like, I was like, wait a minute. I feel like I know these dudes. And I was like, yeah, I do because they did a song with Will Ramos. And I was like, oh, and like I started really listening to it, and I was like, oh shit, like okay, like this is them now. And that's when I started really listening to the old EP and just listening, like just really catching up. And yeah, on Spotify I have about like 13, almost 14 like songs now by you guys. So
well, again, we appreciate that because, like I said, we really want to make that. We want to make music, good music, and have everyone enjoy it, and again, create that safe space for connection always with people. Whether it be through personal conversations like this, or whether you have the song in your ears 10 times because it speaks to you in a way, or is helping you in that moment, or it's making it's helping you make a connection in that moment.
yeah,
Um, so we appreciate your support in having us here.
yeah, of course. I did. It's truly an honor. When and I mean that, it's truly an honor to have you guys come on and you know, being able to ask you guys these questions. And this is definitely another core memory for me to remember for the rest of my life. I got to interview the coolest people. You know, you guys are really fucking cool, and you guys have such an insane taste in music where I dig it so much. And you know, being able to interview you guys, especially with the type of heavy music that you guys make, it's an honor. You know, that's it means a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank
Of
you.
course.
Of course, we got you know, like I said, we got the album coming out. Dan and I are working on our own things individually because we're just maniacs and we just so I think you still have your thing going on, right, Dan? Your
Yeah, Janine has her like solo project, Phase Shift NY, and I have a like a solo project with one of my like long-term friends called Pretense NY.
Pretense, okay.
Yeah, so same kind of, more or less same kind of music, just a little bit more hardcore and its own unique thingamabob. I'm playing like a seven string. You'll hear from that about that soon, later in the year probably.
I
The main
just
focus is Fallen Prodigy and putting out this record, and then I can shift focus a little bit to the other thing.
yeah, no, I got you. Are you planning on staying in the band? Are you a permanent band in Fallen Prodigy, or are you kind of phasing
oh
out?
yeah, absolutely staying.
Okay, thank
It's
God.
just
Yeah, we're staying around. It's just we're it's been a long we've been doing this for like this will be 11 and a half years. So,
Wow.
to through thick and thin, we'll continue putting out stuff from time to time, but it's fun to branch out and try some other things as well.
Yeah, of
Some other
course.
styles of music that don't really fit the scope of what Fallen Prodigy is, but has been, around. We kind of want to like try some other things outside of the band too, here and there.
Yeah, of course. Um, yeah, I mean that's amazing. Definitely everybody in chat check that out. Before I do let you guys go, is there anything that you guys did want to promote or anything like that besides that, the solo projects and such?
Fragments comes out August 1st.
August
Yeah.
August 1st,
So,
everybody. Make sure you check that out.
hmm
And
um,
then anything else?
Oh,
that
I joined with the singer of the side project. I'm trying to start up my videography business. So I shot the music video for Wildfire, and that was a lot of fun. So
Okay.
I want to potentially do some more videos like that in the future for other people as well.
Yeah, shit, man. That was pretty fucking professional. Shit.
Oh, thank you. I pulled my hair out on that one. But for sure, I lost some hair.
I was gonna say I really liked, wow, that's your very first. Was that your very first or?
Yes, it was. Very first self-produced video.
Wow, dude, fucking impressive, man. Like the videography is really good. I love the the angles. I love the lighting. I love everything behind it. Just the way that you did it was super good. Um, Dude, you definitely have talent in video shooting as well, for sure. So that's crazy for your first, for your first one. That's crazy.
Thank you. I kind of a bit off more than I can chew, I think, a little bit, but I spent a long time on that. But I'm glad you enjoy it though.
Yeah, no, I really think that with you and her and this band, like I think with you wanting to be more like, wanting to like shoot more videos, I think, not only is that going to help you out more in the future, but that's also going to be a learning experience for you for in the future if, hey, you have full direction now on what this video is going to go like. Now you know how it works. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, thank you, man.
yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah. I hope a lot for you is what I was basically saying.
I guess for myself, drop I dropped the cover yesterday, um, with the band If I Were You.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know if you've seen the series Arcane on
I've heard of
Netflix.
it. Yeah, I've heard of it.
But we did a cover from that soundtrack. So if you want to scope that out. It's from my solo project, Phase Shift.
Make sure y'all check that out. Make sure y'all check that out. All right. What I'll do is when I post this on YouTube, I'll put um, basically the main band, the solo projects, and then whatever else you guys want me to put in there. I'll put it in the description, and then yeah, whatever
I'm,
else
I'm curious to hear your thoughts personally, though. So,
on the solo
uh,
projects.
yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm definitely gonna go out and listen to that. Especially, is it more heavier stuff or is it more chill stuff? Out of curiosity,
It's a little heavier, I will say.
more
The
heavier than your band. Whoa.
it
That's what happens.
Yeah.
Wait,
So,
what? You're telling me
well,
there's heavier?
This is what Dan was saying about trying like different things, right? So it's like that. This is me doing that.
Okay,
uh,
I didn't expect to be heavier. Shit. Okay, now you got me more interested. Now you got me intrigued.
Let me know what you think. I'm curious.
Oh yeah. I could definitely have. I mean, I don't. My just real quick before I let you go. My boyfriend's he's music like he's vocally professionally like he's been brought up musically. He does like theater singing and all that fun stuff. And he just like he got into metal because of me. And he was hearing your clears and your vocals, and he was just very impressed on you know being able to do it so healthy and being able to sound so you in a sense. Um, a lot of vocalists that kind of picked up on, and that I've also noticed as well, kind of not really distort their voice, but more in the sense of like if you hear them talk, it's not how they really sound when they do vocally, if that makes sense. I'm
Yeah.
not I'm not saying like they're putting on a facade. It's just more of like the way that they speak is not the way they sound as they sing, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah,
And
there's a
like
lot of sense.
yeah, like with you, when I hear you, I'm like, okay, yeah, the vocals make sense.
Thank God. No, I appreciate that because I come from. I listen to everything, including I love musicals. I can fucking perform in the Heights front to back. One I should have been a theater kid, I think, but
Damn
I'm
girl.
happy.
Okay.
I, just love all music. So I practice a lot before metal. I practiced a lot to musicals and things like that. So nothing.
Maybe you and my boyfriend can.
Yeah, tell your boyfriend. Hell yeah. He
He's
could probably teach me a few things, honestly, because I'm so intrigued by like how people in theater like project and like you
oh,
know
he's all about. Oh my God, he can. Oh my
yeah
God, you want to know about projecting? Oh my God, you should hear him.
and
Like,
like maintaining control, and then they
yeah.
always have the best vibrato, which like uh
he
so
his
I,
vibrato is pretty good. He gives himself too lack of credit, but that's just him. Um, I mean, realistically, the only thing that he would probably tell you is just like, I mean, I'm not gonna speak for him. I'll let him speak for himself. But from kind of like from what I've seen, like he's very baritone. Like he has a very, if he really gets into it, country kind of rock star ish vocals. Very like sometimes he sounds straight up country. I trippy as hell, but there's times where he gets really like whoa, like damn, that's pretty fucking good. And
hell yeah.
um I wish he would get recognized like you did, with being vocally talented and being able to not in a band sense, but just like I want him to like get recognized by somebody that is vocally talented like him and is popular, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Quotations on popular because I think everybody's popular in their own way.
absolutely. I
um,
mean,
yeah.
I would hear anything if he's got because I'm always you know
what's
but
what's your favorite musical? Out of curiosity.
honestly right now it has always been In the Heights. I
The
saw
Heights.
it
Okay.
today when it came out,
Mm.
and it's been at the top ever since. And
I guess that's why it's called The Heights. I'm sorry. That was so bad. I'm sorry.
um, I haven't seen a ton of musicals, but I've seen good ones, and I still think like I've seen Hamilton, I've seen Lion King, like
He's
these
been
huge.
okay.
I'm still banging, like I'm still jamming to In the Heights always, like it's just so good.
That's good.
Um,
That's good. If anything, my boyfriend would love to hear that because I think a lot of the people that I interview, and he will agree on this for sure, is a lot of them are death metal vocalists and very hardcore vocalists who don't really listen to that type of stuff. And um, having someone like you, who listens to it as well, it's pretty cool. And it's good for him finally because at least now I'm interviewing somebody that has the same taste as him.
yeah, I like I said, I came from I didn't start in this being a metalhead. Like this
Yeah.
is all something I discovered down the line. I was very like, still am, but very into hip hop and R&B and pop and Spanish music because I'm Dominican, and like that was all, you know, that was my world until like literally I found All That Remains, and then I was like, oh, them and Kill Switch were my gateway into everything. So I was like, yeah, this is it here.
That's
I
so
still listen
sick.
to everything. Like my Spotify's a mess, but you know, it doesn't know what to give me at the end of the year. It's like here, I don't know,
Here,
but here.
here's your mix. it's like
Um,
it's like 10% everything.
it's like just fucking I don't know what the fuck that is. Um, but I appreciate you and I appreciate you having us. Um, yeah, I would love to see you. I followed you, so if
Oh,
you go
thank you.
live, hop in. Um,
Yeah,
and
you
then like I
should.
said,
Yeah, you should see me shred sometime. I'm not. A crazy
I want to
shredder?
see.
Oh no, please no, no,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no, because you're gonna laugh.
No, I'm not gonna laugh.
yeah. Do
Everyone starts somewhere, so
you play on
I'm terrible. I'm
Switch?
terrible.
Let me ask you, can you play Freebird?
Oh God, no. I don't. See, like my musical journey was like I just kind of learned pieces of music, never really like the full thing from front to back.
That's
So
literally
it's
me right
like,
now. What the fuck? That's
and then
me.
you just, I don't know, you kind of just pick up a couple techniques and like tricks here and there, and you sort of just apply it all together. Like I remember learning like the Hearts Burst into Fire, like solo in the beginning, and I'm like, oh, you can tap and do a pinch harmonic like somewhere in there, and it gives a different tone. I was so amazed by that. And then like natural harmonics is another wild thing where you can hit the note and then go to like the top of the fret, the top of the nut, and like bend it and like almost make it sound like a dive bomb.
Yeah,
There's all these like little things that it's like, damn, it's like a
yeah.
never-ending journey.
Yeah, no, seriously. Uh, I mean, so I have played. So I a little promotion on my end, I guess, is fair. So I work for a metal band, Making Blind Eyes See. They're a UK based band, and I kind of like promote them socially. I work on their Discord. My boyfriend made their bot, and I look over a few managers and stuff like that. And I've played some of their songs on guitar. Are any of your songs 6 string? Or are they all 7 string?
Oh, they're all six string, and we pretty much have written everything in everything is in drop C. Most of the songs
Oh
are in
yes.
C minor. There's a couple that are in D minor, a couple in E minor, one or two in G minor, and then there's one or two I think in B minor.
Have you ever
So
heard of something
everything's
just in standard? Have you tried standard tuning, good sir?
yeah, we originally liked it. It's just I was really into like Bullet for My Valentine and stuff from like that generation. They all
Yeah.
played pretty much in either D standard or drop C, and
Yeah.
to my ears, like drop C tuning was like the sweet spot where
Yeah.
it, like to me it sounded a little bit better than standard.
That's
And
fair.
when you go lower it kind of starts getting a little bit more muddy. Like I tried in drop B, it didn't really like it to my ears. I like A sharp,
God
and
damn, bro. Chunky.
it just kind of became a thing where we would go play a show and then to change all the tunings would be a lot and bring all those extra guitars. A lot of the time you only have like 20 minutes to play. So you kind
Yeah.
of have to just go like, all right, just put everything in one tuning and just keep it going for for sake of time.
Yeah. That's crazy. I think the lowest I think the lowest song I've ever played was a Paleface song, and that was in like drop G sharp, and like even for my Epiphone SG, that's a baritone guitar, could barely handle that. And with the tunings that you were just listing off, it's like fucking Christ, man, Jesus. I want to I want to learn your guys' songs, but the tunings, it's just too like my Jackson can't do it. My Jackson's only good for like B standard at best, maybe C. So it's like
Okay.
so it's like I really want to learn one of your guys' songs, but it's just the tunings are too low. That's the problem.
Well, I think if you no, I
But
think if
yeah.
you you'll be in good shape. You can play all of them in drop C. Or am I wrong, TV?
No, you can play it all in drop C. Like I have guitars behind me. They're like 25.5 inch scale.
Yeah, that's what I
And
got.
I used to go wild and use like 12s, but over time my hand started to really hurt. So now I've kind of found a happy medium where I want to be able to bend on the top three and not bend at all on the bottom three. So I kind of use like a mix of like 10 to 54. think I have it over here. It's this set. It's like this one, but for
Bro, hold up.
this one, but instead of the 50, well, this is a 7-string one, but it's like called I think the Mondo, or I have it over here.
Wait.
Oh, it's
Where
this
is
one.
it?
It's this one, the beefy bottom. So you have like
Yeah,
tens on the top three,
yeah.
then you have like 11s on the bottom three. And this is kind of like worked the best for me is like when you're my biggest problem has been the lower string. If I use anything lighter than a 54, it gets very floppy because we're in D standard, but with the bottom string tuned to C. So this has been like the life-saving set, and I get a happy medium of both.
Okay. The other package that you showed me, I have that's
Yeah.
the exact same set on my Jackson right now. The
Oh,
exact same set. That is so
this is
funny.
what I use for my 7-string.
Yeah.
It's almost the same
Not
as
not the
the
7-string
other
variant,
one.
obviously, but the 6-string.
Yeah.
When I seen that
Yeah.
package, I was gonna try to find the. I don't know where my other packages went, but I have 2 more, and I was gonna be like, oh my god, same here, and show you.
Yeah. Surprisingly, I haven't really been asked ever. Like, there's like a meme on the internet that's like string gauge, or picks, or no one's ever really asked me that. But if you want to know, like, I use a skinny top, beefy bottom. That's like the main set now that I
That's
use for
that
6 strings.
that's so funny. I'm completely reversed. I'm heavy top, skinny bottoms because for me, since I play a lot of E standard, a lot of the bottoms are, you got to do a lot of pickups and do a lot of bends and all
Yeah.
that fun stuff. And I like playing sometimes in like EB standard.
Mhm.
So, just being able to literally just take the top and just tune it like just down a smidge. Boom, I'm in EB.
Yeah.
It's nice. Um, what was it? Just I don't know. I'm nervous to play now. I'm nervous to play again.
Oh, you don't gotta worry. Like, I there's there's moments where like I go like a week or two without playing, and then I pick it up, and I'm really good. Like, I'll practice something, be terrible at it, just get aggravated, then walk away from it. Then like a day or two later, pick it up again, and I'm doing it like nothing. And I'm like, oh, that's all I needed was just to step away from it. So
Maybe that's what I should start doing when I start
Do
getting
you play?
frustrated.
Do you play live on Twitch?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, so
Yeah.
then
yeah, I'll go check it out and give you some pointers.
do you have a
Did that.
Discord?
Yeah. I run a Discord well, I run 2 Discord servers. One is the Make It Blind IC, and then one is for like kind of just general hangout, and like I do my promotions in there, so then people know I go live.
Yeah. So do you have a Discord command? I'd love to.
Oh, here. Hang on. Since I'm already friends with you on Discord, let me just do this for you real quick. Since we're doing this real fast.
Yeah, yeah, she'll share it with me, and I'll check it out too.
Yeah, no, I got you. Yeah, it's basically open to anybody. Feel free to join and what do you call it? What do you mean I have to verify as a human?
Oh Lord. I'll invite you to mine as well.
Hell yeah. I got you. But
I,
what?
I stream, but I do like gaming, like variety streaming type stuff.
I used to do it, and for me, I kind of stopped doing the whole variety streams because I kind of wanted to focus more on guitar and kind of get myself better because I feel
Yeah.
because I feel like kind of as like right now I feel like I'm kind of lacking in some areas where I feel like I could be better in, and I would like to get tips and pointers on certain things because I I know I can strum good. I don't get me wrong. I know I'm a good player. I know that. People have told me I'm a good player. It's just there's things that I put in my head as mental roadblocks that fuck me up so goddamn bad it pisses me off. So it's like I just want to play good, man.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Just
I'm sure Dan will
I-
be down in one of your streams for sure. Like, I'll definitely be there too.
For sure. Feel free to also I take requests too. So if there's like any songs that you want me to play, dear God, just don't do fucking Through the Fire and Flames. I'll probably ban you. I'm just kidding.
yeah, Try Endure from Relive, Regret, Repeat. That one is brutal.
I see. I would maybe. You know what? Do you have tabs for the lead and rhythm by chance for any songs or no?
So I never really made that because it was always
Fuck.
so much work to do it.
Shit.
Was, if the songs were a lot more simplistic, then I would have done it a long time ago. But since they're sort of all over the place, and some of the leads I don't even like from the other guitar player, I don't even know what they are because he's doing this ridiculous like sweeping and tapping all over the place.
Yeah,
For me
yeah.
to
In
tab
the
that
music
out
video, I was like,
would be
Jesus
ridiculous.
Christ. Oh, damn it. The only may okay. The only reason why I'm asking is because have either of you two heard of Rocksmith? Does that sound familiar?
Yeah.
That's what I'm self-taught on. I'm all self-taught on Rocksmith. And basically I was going to take one of your guys' songs and have my friend Jose, who is like an expert at hearing music and putting them into Rocksmith and like charting them out. He finds it easier with tabs, obviously. That's why I was asking. But my only thing is that if there's a lot of tapping, oh fuck, that's gonna be hard, man.
Oh damn! They all have tapping in them almost every single song.
I
I
know.
think.
Damn that lead guitarist. He's so good. Fucking like he was like definitely like you and him were like my first like oh like I want to play like these dudes for sure. Like let the lead guitarist know that he's the reason why I play lead today. So thanks to him and his chunkiness and the way that he played, holy fuck, man, he's crazy. I what was the song? And yeah, in repeat with Will Ramos. When he was in the bridge before Will Ramos comes on, he's doing the sweeping pick, and then like you see
Oh
him,
God.
and then you see him doing the tap in with his middle finger, and he's like, I'm like, what the fuck? Bro, chill, man. Like this guitar's gonna need a cigarette after this, man. Like, goddamn.
Yeah, that's like his signature is doing that. The sweep picking very clean, along with the tapping arpeggios. That's like his signature, I guess. He does that on almost like every single song.
Dude, I have
We've
to.
heard it. We've heard it like so many times. It's like, okay, can you play something else besides like your signature lick?
Dude, honestly, so my favorite part in that whole repeat is, you can't kill me because I'm already dead, and then fucking just, oof, oof, and and then there's the don't you fucking walk away from me, and then fucking just right back into it. Oh my god, what a fucking kick! Oh God, I
I'm glad,
love that shit.
glad you appreciate that because it's very like on purpose thing that I had put in, and I was like, and I even down to like the footsteps in the
The,
because I told Randy, I'm like, yeah, it's gotta get. I'm like, so I like make it go from like left to right, so it sounds like it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
all so on purpose that like it makes me feel good when people like appreciate them because
Oh, dude, I more than appreciate it, dude. I every time I fucking hear it, I'm just like absolute disgusted face and just, oh, it's so underrated. That type of breakdown is so underrated, because it's like it's literally a half breakdown unexpectedly into another breakdown. That's what I love so much about repeat is that honestly, in a funny way, that's like a kind of like a callback into the song in a way because of the title because you're repeating the breakdown. Repeat.
Yeah,
That's pretty fucking sick. I just kind of picked up on that. Just talking about that. That's kind of funny.
Uh, I'll leave y'all with this. There's so
Yeah.
much lore in that song in particular, since that's one of the songs that I wrote like the skeleton of that from like front to back, right in this room too, like where I'm sitting. And it took such a long time to write that song because we're not exactly a deathcore band, but that was like our deathcore song of the record because we wanted to do at least one song in that style.
Yeah.
And what's crazy about that song is the part at the end, the clean part into the ending thing. The other guitar player had that section for years and he didn't know what to do with it. And we kind of just skeletoned, this song. We got after that the part you're talking about, and we didn't know what to do. And then our drummer was like, "Do the Tool thing," and we're like, "All right, cool." And it just ended up working out. Like, there's so many layers of that song that are just random as can be, and
Yeah.
it's so surprising to this day that that's the one that people like the most because it just came together out of nowhere. And even the Will Ramos thing, like he's at that time he was in some local bands in our scene, and we just hit him up. Like he was a local guy like me and Janine over here, and we hit him up, and in like 2 hours he gave us the feature, and that was that. Like
That's just,
it
it's just so crazy though that like for me, I've always looked up to Will Ramos, right? And like looking up to you guys as well, you know. And I've always put this in my head and being able to meet you guys was that one part. Now the second part is meeting Will Ramos. Like my big thing was growing up was to meet you guys and to meet Will Ramos. So being able to meet you guys was like one of the biggest things on my to-do list, and it's such a surreal experience. And you know um you guys are such down to earth fucking cool people, and I love your guys' vibe. I loved every one of your guys' answers. And I I did have one lesson that kind of popped in my head that I wanted to ask about. I kind of so with Wildfire, I kind of noticed that it's a bit more techno metal. Is that kind of like what we're expecting in this album? Is a bit more techno-ness, or well,
I
so
go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say, so like a lot of the stuff is we kind of did a lot of pre-production on this record, and we fooled around with a lot of keyboards and synths and other things to complement our already like technical music. And we wanted to sort of have all the songs have elements of like the synths and keyboards and things like that. If you listen closely, you'll hear a lot of the same synths. Like our guitar player came up with like this weird N64 style synth that you hear in Wildfire, and we use that same synth in different ways across the whole record. So if you listen closely, you're gonna hear some of the same style synths.
okay, I definitely
So that was like
huh.
yeah, that was like our main thing was to use them in a way where it complements the music more and it doesn't sound so like out of place.
Yeah, I need to re-listen to Wildfire now and see if I can hear that synth, hear that N64 synth, because I'm a huge N64 guy. Is it like very like not noticeable, or is it something that if I really
You
listen I can hear it?
so you'll hear it in the beginning of the song, and then what he does a lot is he writes a lot of his leads on MIDI. So he'll get it in his head, write it on MIDI, and then he'll put his guitar and like blend it together. So a lot of the a lot of the leads you hear is him playing his tapping lead or arpeggio or whatever it is, and then he has a synth going with it or a keyboard going with it that's pitched to whatever preset that he came up with. So
That's
on Wildfire, he does like this weird tapping lick where it's like da 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 da, and he has the synth go with it.
that whole part. Oh my god. I honestly thought I was gonna see the dude's hand start combusting in flames in Guitar Hero because that dude was just fucking he was just going crazy. And so were you, obviously. Like all
Mm-hmm.
like that whole music video was so energetic, and that's why I wanted to bring it up one last time before we ended this call. Was I kind of picked up on the energeticness and also like the technicalness behind it, especially with the guitar behind it. And now when I listen to it again, I'm definitely gonna listen to that synth, see if I can hear it, and get more people to get listen to this song because you guys need to be more known for sure.
Well, we appreciate that. Like I said, we appreciate being here and being part of your journey as well. Um, we respect everything that you're doing, and we look forward to seeing you be out there and interview bigger bands and achieve goals. And we'll be around now that we've connected in other ways like Discord and stuff like that. I'll definitely pop into your streams, um, and chit chat. Like so we'll you know more than an interview. Like you made a connection today, and we'll keep nurturing that connection for sure.
For sure, man. That makes me really excited to hear. I would love to introduce you to a lot of my good friends. My boyfriend would love to get to know you, and definitely got some people in mind that who have listened to your guys' stuff and would love to meet you guys. And yeah, I would love to just that'd be amazing. So that really means a lot that I made a good impact on you guys to form a connection, and I'm good friends now with people that I've known for 8 years now. It's so crazy to think about 8 years.
Yeah, absolutely. Like feel free to like I said, let us know when you're streaming. I mean, I'm in your Discord, so I'll know now. I'll
Yep,
definitely pop in. I'll be chatting. I love popping in streams and supporting people. Anyway, I'm part of a lot of communities, so uh,
for sure.
and I'm
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I'll be streaming tomorrow because tomorrow I have another interview with within Oblivion, and they're currently looking for a vocalist right now, which is kind of interesting. So I'm going to be interviewing guitarist, and which is still very exciting. They have some pretty fucking cool music. Um, Hopefully, when I talk to them tomorrow, hopefully I hear some good things. About hopefully they found somebody. Here's some. I'm crossing fingers. There's this one dude who commented on them, and I checked out their post, and they did a cover, and he was really good. Like whoa, like damn.
that's how it starts. You kind of put yourself.
Yeah,
You
it was kind of like you. Yeah, it was kind of like you in a way where he has nothing right now, and he's trying to get himself out there, and that's pretty funny. Yeah, that's funny that you make that point. Well, um, I'm gonna let you guys go, okay? And I appreciate you guys ever so much coming on and coming to hang out and get to know me. And you guys have yourselves an amazing rest of your day.
absolutely you too, and likewise, it's a pleasure being here, and I hope you have a good day as well.
Thank you. And
Same to y'all. This was very fun.
yeah, I'm glad. I'll see you guys later. Okay.
I'll see ya.
Bye.
All right, peace.